Hey guys, I've got a few more reviews to read for the breakout summer hit by Poeltl, Killing Karma. As you know, I appreciate every review and will happily read them here on my little soapbox to give you a better idea of what you're getting into when you pick up one of my books. So let's get started with a new Reedsy review by Holly Nasello, who gave Killing Karma 4 stars, entitled Loved It. Now this is an elaborate review, and so I'm going to bleep out any spoilers. I'm just going to read through the whole thing though. Holly says, "Can you kill karma? Peter is digging up his past lives to make sense of his current world and find peace. Peter is an Afghan-war veteran who returned stateside with anxiety and PTSD as his only souvenirs. At the present time, Peter manages a small bookstore in Detroit, where he rents the upstairs apartment. It's modest, but that's who Peter is as a character. His boss is an angry drunkard of a man who causes Peter's anxiety to swell. But then he meets Claire, a sweet, mousy bookworm who introduces him to the idea of regression therapy. This is how Peter meets Teresa, a trained therapist who helps her patients realize their past lives and how those traumas affect their relationships, choices, and reactions in this life. Teresa helps Peter realize the author writes different chapters from various characters' perspectives. The narration is third person but sticks to one character's feelings, thoughts at a time. Meanwhile, a seemingly unconnected string of murders is investigated, and they all have something in common. The author does a great job of getting right into Peter's interests in regression and past life therapy instead of dragging on with a lot of character build-up. As the story unfolds, we learn about Peter as if we were learning about a new friend. New information arises, and we take note instead of the character description taking up space in the story. The mystery unravels slowly from the detective's perspective, but not without pertinent information. I can't stand it when a character rambles on without making a point. Peter shows character development over a progression of therapy sessions, which, to me, is way more realistic than having an epiphany and getting your life together after the first meeting. He continues to make mistakes and trust those who seem to do him no harm, but he learns to trust his gut and identify those who pose a danger to him. Mental health will never be talked about enough, so I'm grateful this author decided to write a book about a character seeking treatment. Overall, it's a clean, fast read. I recommend this book to fans of murder mysteries with a touch of romance. It's a great read as you try to figure out the murders and how all these characters play into each other's lives. I'm grateful for your review, Holly, and I hope you take the time to check out my back library of books and find another you'll enjoy. Following this review is the antithesis of it. This review from Mary Quain is found on both Amazon and Goodreads, unfortunately, with a 2-star rating. It's entitled Interesting Story, but writing needs work. Mary says, as crime fiction, the story would rate 3 stars, but the writing style lacks creativity and imagination. The book might be a much better read if the author were to rewrite it. After studying the works of accomplished authors such as Elizabeth Stroud, Pearl S. Buck, Edgar Allan Poe, John Meacham, Ken Follett, Margaret Atwood, etc. Okay, Mary, thank you for your suggestions. I've read many of those authors' works, actually, and read daily to keep myself fluent in the ways of the written word, and I do tend to lean on originality in my writing style, so it sounds like it's not your cup of tea. Fair enough. Next, let's clean our palates with a Goodreads review that comes from Michelle, who gave Killing Karma 4 stars. Michelle's review reads like this. A great storyline that makes you wonder, is there such a thing as past lives? Do we relive our pasts, fates, and interactions with the same individuals over and over? It pulled me in, and I couldn't stop reading. The premise of the story is Peter, a veteran, is suffering from PTSD as a result of what happened while on duty. He found work as a bookstore manager fit his current lifestyle while he learns to manage his PTSD. When he is referred by a customer to Teresa, a regression therapist, he finds commonality between his past and present. As Teresa tries to find out what Peter's past means, a local detective, Harlow, may not only have the answers Teresa and Peter seek, but the identity of the serial killer he is looking for. A good review. Thank you, Michelle. Now, these reviews ran a bit long, so I'll wrap this up now and have more to read for you at a later episode. Until then, thanks for listening, and happy reading. Teresa helps Peter realize the souls of his past tormentors. Teresa helps Peter realize that his passport. Teresa helps Peter realize that his past lives. Oh no.